I was planning to propose to my girlfriend. To record the whole process as material for the wedding, I secretly installed a camera at home. But I didn't expect to accidentally discover my girlfriend's secret. Bored at the company with nothing to do, I decided to test the camera remotely. Unexpectedly, I caught my girlfriend cheating. Watching the footage of my girlfriend vigorously exercising with someone else in the living room, I was filled with rage and almost fainted. Damn it, I'm out here working hard to support the family, and you're at home cuckolding me? I had originally planned to propose to my girlfriend in a few days. For this, I had even spent a fortune on a diamond ring and some other gifts. Now it's all down the drain. But this is better than finding out after getting married, and it also saved me over $100,000 in bride price. Right now, I just want to go home immediately and kill this dog couple with a knife. But on second thought, it's not worth risking my future for them. And even if I go back now and expose them, the most that would happen is a breakup. But that's letting them off too easily. Their best fate should be to have their reputations ruined and become social outcasts. I suddenly remember my girlfriend telling me she was shopping with her best friend. She even specifically told me not to disturb their private time. Now it seems this best friend of hers is no good either. But I still called her best friend, Chun-Li, to see how she would react. Is this sisterly? It's me, Su Tian. Oh, isn't this President Su? What made you think of calling me? Well, Guining said she went shopping with you. But I've been calling her, and she's not answering. I'm a little worried. I wanted to ask if she's still with you. Chun-Li was silent for a moment, then stammered to me. Yes. Yes, we're having afternoon tea together. Then let me talk to her. I have something to tell her. She went to the restroom. I'll have her call you back later. Okay. Thank you for the trouble. Good. So you're all ganging up to deceive me. Then don't blame me for being ruthless. If you don't kneel and call me daddy by the end of this, my surname isn't Su. My girlfriend Guining and I met at a company party. At that time, I had just graduated from Harvard University with a degree in computer science, a returnee from overseas. Perhaps I had been abroad for too long and hadn't adapted to the pace of life back home. I was quiet throughout the entire party, only focused on eating. It was at this moment that a cheerful girl sat down next to me. Under her lead, I quickly mingled with everyone. At the same time, I was deeply attracted to her. We naturally exchanged WeChat contacts and entered a period of flirtation. Through chatting, I learned that she was the company's receptionist. The salary was low, she had to stand all day, and occasionally had to work overtime. I felt sorry for her and said Stephen Chow's classic line, "Don't work anymore, I'll support you." So she quit her job and became a kept woman at home. I was responsible for earning money to support the family. She was responsible for being beautiful. In her spare time, she would upload some beautiful photos to Douyin and gain a lot of fans. I always gave her whatever she asked for. Want to buy a designer bag? Buy it. Want to eat a French feast? Eat it. Want to travel to Europe? Go. It's a good thing I'm a technical director with a high enough salary to afford this lifestyle. But I didn't feel the pinch of this money at all. As long as she was happy, it was my job to spoil my woman. Although we hadn't gotten our marriage certificate yet, we were already living a married life. All that was missing was a real ceremony. However, what I got in return for my sincere heart was betrayal. The most urgent thing now is to find out who that man is. Otherwise, I can't even get my revenge on him. So I have to continue playing the role of the big fool and not alert them. Due to the camera angle, I didn't get a clear shot of the man's face. I only know he has a tiger tattoo on his back, dyed yellow hair, and a bowl cut. A typical spiritual guy. Suddenly, I thought of a fun idea. After asking for leave from my supervisor, I drove home. When I was almost there, I turned on the camera again. Seeing that they were still there, I called Guining. The phone rang for over a minute before it was answered. "Why? What's up, baby?" I said enthusiastically. "Where are you, honey?" After a long pause, a voice came from the other side. I just finished shopping with Sisterly. I'm at home." "That's great. My boss let us off work early today. I'll be home soon. Did you miss me?" "What?" "I bought you your favorite sesame seed pancakes on my way home from work. I had to wait in a long line for them. And your favorite flowers and some snacks. So, are you surprised? Are you shocked?" "Sûr?" "Surprised. You're just too good to me." "Thank you, babe," Guining said to me coquettishly. At the same time, a rustling sound came from the other end of the phone. I guess that adulterous pair must be busy as hell. "Babe, You can't carry all that by yourself, can you? Why don't you wait in the car, and I'll come down to help you in a bit. You, who usually needs me to squeeze the toothpaste for you, are suddenly being diligent. No need, I said immediately. How could I bear to let you carry things? Just wait for me at home. All right, babe. Those pancakes taste better with vinegar, and we're out. Could you run down to the supermarket and buy a bottle? And some chili oil. I think they taste better plain. Bite your ass. Before she could finish, I hung up the phone. After parking the car, I carried the things towards the apartment building. I even thoughtfully dawdled on the way, afraid they wouldn't have enough time to clean up. Finally, at the entrance of the building, I ran into a guy with bleached blonde hair. His hair was messy, his eyes panicked, his shirt buttons were misaligned, and his pants were hanging loosely. The moment he saw me, he clearly froze. Then, he immediately lowered his head and scurried past me. It was as if he was saying, "You can't see me. You can't see me." Looks like he's the one. But just in case, I had to be sure. I saw my chance and deliberately stuck out my foot to trip him. He went face first, falling heavily to the ground. A painful scream echoed throughout the entire residential complex. At the same time, his shirt flew up, revealing that signature tiger tattoo. Got you, you son of a bitch. But since I was the one who made him fall, I still had to put on an act. Sorry about that, bro. You okay? I help him up. He waved his hand and made a move to leave. I continued to tease him. Are you really okay? I see your nose is bleeding. How about we add each other on WeChat so I can send you money for medical expenses? I took out my phone, but I actually opened the camera. No need, I'm fine. With that, he shook off my hand and left without looking back. It's fine that you ran. I've already got a picture of your face. You'll be crying later, little blondie. Take the elevator, go home. To the password. As soon as I entered, I was hit by the strong smell of air freshener. Normally, Guan-Ning would have given me a big hug at this moment to welcome me home. But now, she was anxiously blocking my way. Her face was flushed, she was covered in sweat, and her breathing was uneven. What were you doing at home? I asked, feigning concern. Why are you sweating so much? I was doing a deep clean. She was fidgety, her eyes darting around. Come on, sister, at least pretend a little. This is too obvious. I continue to play dumb. Why do it yourself? Don't we always hire a cleaning lady? Perhaps afraid I would see through her, her voice suddenly became louder. I was bored after coming back from shopping, so I thought I'd clean up a bit. We can't always call the cleaning lady. Well, you should go take a hot bath and relax. I'll go run the water for you. No need. Guan-Ning nearly jumped. I could do it myself. You should go cook. I'm starving after shopping all afternoon. It seemed the bathroom hadn't been tidied up in time. With that, she was about to take her phone into the bathroom. I quickly grabbed her. Why do you need your phone to take a bath? She stammered. Bathing is so boring. I want to watch some TV. Leave it on the table. Don't want it to accidentally fall in the water. Or could it be that you have some dark secret in your phone? My gaze suddenly sharpened, and I stared at her intently. Guan-Ning looked as if she had been struck by lightning. Her eyes widened, her lips trembled, and beads of sweat were clearly visible on her forehead. So this is how joyful it is to play with someone's mind. Seeing her panicked state, I continued to joke. Are you afraid I'll peek at my birthday present? You wanted to give me a surprise, right? Don't worry, I won't peek. You know, I don't have a habit of checking your phone. She finally came to her senses, feigned anger, and playfully punched my chest. My babe is so clever, you saw right through it. Such a damn good actress. You can still remember my birthday? Right now, your mind is probably consumed with thoughts of how to cheat on me, right? Without her phone, Guan-Ning probably wouldn't soak for long. I had to hurry. I took out a specially made USB drive, copied all the information from her phone, and implanted a virus. Not only could I track her location, but I also knew every move she made. The entire process took less than 10 minutes. Recalling the panicked look on her face earlier, an overwhelming sense of satisfaction surged within me. I was genuinely curious about the expression she would make when she was finally exposed. I couldn't wait. Evening. Guan-Ning wore an extremely seductive set of lingerie, swaying provocatively in front of me, clinging to me and begging for affection. I had never seen this lingerie before, probably bought to please that blonde guy. Remembering the disgusting things she had done, I felt nauseous and almost couldn't hold back for vomiting. I quickly made an excuse, saying I still had work to finish at the company, and told her to go to bed first. Then, I retreated to the study. After connecting the USB drive to the computer, I opened her WeChat. There was only one pinned contact, labeled Hubby. I initially thought it was for me, but the moment I saw the profile picture, I realized I had overestimated Guaning. When I clicked into it, it was a photo of Guaning and that blonde guy. Their lips were pressed together in a kiss, and Guaning wore an expression of pure bliss. I had never seen Guaning show such an expression toward me, but at that moment, I felt nothing inside. After all, I'd already seen something even more shocking. After reading their entire chat history, it could only be described in 3 words: filthy, vulgar, slutty. I never would have dreamed that the girlfriend who seemed as pure as a little bunny in front of me was, behind my back, a complete slut. And I finally understood the whole story. It turned out that blonde guy was named Huyu, Guaning's ex-boyfriend and also her first love. They met during their freshman year of college. I had to admit, Huyu was somewhat good-looking, with a pretty boy face and faintly visible abs. He was exactly the type most girls liked. Under Huyu's relentless pursuit, the two smoothly entered a passionate relationship. They stayed together until graduation. Guaning found a job, but Huyu, having failed too many courses, chose to delay his graduation. In the end, they couldn't survive a long-distance relationship and regretfully broke up. Then, at a class reunion a year ago, they rekindled their old flame with flirtatious glances. And they have been maintaining this relationship ever since. I checked the time they started chatting again. It was exactly 1 month after Guaning and I got together. It seemed I had been wearing this green hat for quite a long time. I quickly lit a cigarette, forcibly suppressing the urge to strangle Guaning. Suddenly, I was curious about what she had saved my contact as. I checked. It was ATM. I laughed in anger. So in Guaning's eyes, I was just a cash machine. It was bad enough that she lived off me, but she even used my money to buy nice things for a blonde guy. Next, I scrolled through her chat history with Chun-Li. The content was even more shocking and morally bankrupt. Chun-Li was also cheating. She was secretly seeing someone behind her husband's back. The key point was that she was already married and had a son. I discovered that Guaning had confided in Chun-Li the first time she cheated. But instead of condemning her, Chun-Li enabled her. She told Guaning that this kind of life was thrilling. She also said that even though she had a man on the side, her love for her husband and son hadn't diminished in the slightest. A typical bitch. She even taught Guaning many tricks for cheating, and the two often covered for each other. Truly best friends since childhood. Both of them damn well deserved to die. And to think I had introduced Chun-Li to many clients and resources, helping her make money. It was even through my connections that her son got into a prestigious elementary school. And this was how she repaid me. Well then, I'd start with Chun-Li, act on behalf of heaven to eliminate this scum. Just as I was plotting my revenge, that pair of dogs started chatting again. Blonde guy, that cuckold of yours didn't notice anything, right? Guaning, no, he's pretty slow on the uptake. Blonde guy, good. When I left today, I ran into him downstairs. It scared me to death. Blonde guy. He even bumped into me. My nose almost broke, and I bled a lot. Guaning, huh? Are you okay, hubby? Blonde guy. It's taken care of, but you owe me medical expenses. It hurts so much, hubby. Guaning, no problem. I control his salary card. There's plenty of money. Guaning, let's go to a hotel next time. It's too risky at home. Blonde guy. What's there to fear? This way is more thrilling. Guaning, si moi. Blonde guy. As punishment, make that cuckold of yours raise my child. Guaning, you're so bad. I laughed. If you two don't end up calling me daddy, my surname isn't Sue. Actually, getting revenge on Chun-Li would be simple, because I knew her family well enough. After all, Guaning mentioned her from time to time. Her husband adored her, but he also had a violent temper. A few years ago, Chun-Li was harassed by a group of thugs, and her husband, without a second thought, rushed in and fought them. But he didn't control his strength and ended up putting one of them in a vegetative state. For that, he was sent to prison for several years. After getting out, he couldn't find a decent job because of his criminal record and could only work in small factories, earning a pitifully low wage. Gradually, Chun-Li became the decision-maker in the family. Her husband was always unhappy about this, but since his wife earned more than him, he didn't dare say much. If her husband found out she was cheating, I wonder if he could restrain himself from using a knife like I could. I decided to act immediately. The next morning, I asked Chun-Li out on the pretext of introducing a new project. In a coffee shop, Chun-Li's face was lit with excitement. "Mr. Su, what great project is it this time? Does it pay well?" I smiled. "Of course. This time it's a partnership with a foreign company. The profits are bigger than ever." "Then tell me quickly. I can't wait." I could even see the glint in Chun-Li's eyes. "Give me your phone. You need to download a foreign app first." Without the slightest hesitation, Chun-Li handed over her phone. After successfully planting the virus on her phone, I continued my scam. Honestly, if she had just thought about it, she would have known I was lying. But Chun-Li trusted me too much. After all, the projects I had introduced before had all made her real, substantial money. Now, she was completely blinded by greed. Finally, I told her to transfer a deposit of $500,000 to me first, then go home and wait for news. She hesitated at first, saying it was their family's entire savings, intended for buying a house in a good school district. But after my repeated assurances, she transferred the money. As she was leaving, she didn't forget to blow me a kiss. She told me not to forget her the next time a good project came up. I thought to myself, you're about to lose your life, and you're still thinking about projects. Consider this $500,000 as compensation for the emotional damage you caused me by your deceit. After confirming she had left, I started browsing the chat logs between her and her young lover. I discovered that whenever Chun-Li was in a good mood, she would invite her lover to a hotel for a round. This time was no exception. After texting her husband that she would be home late tonight, she contacted her lover, their conversation filled with explicit talk. I quickly found her husband's WeChat and added him using a burner account. The friend request read, "Your wife, Chun-Li, is cheating on you." Almost instantly, her husband accepted. "What do you mean?" I didn't reply. Instead, I sent him all the evidence of Chun-Li's infidelity. I also included the hotel's location and room number. Go give her a surprise now. After doing all this, I also rushed to the hotel, ready to watch a good show. To be precise, a slasher film. Not long after I arrived, a man carrying a kitchen knife stormed into the hotel. The security guard instinctively tried to stop him, but was sent flying with a single kick. Seeing the weapon in his hand, the other people in the hotel were too scared to approach, and could only let him take the elevator upstairs. A few moments later, screams echoed through the hotel. The scene descended into chaos. I checked the time. Exactly 10 minutes later, her husband walked out, holding the knife, covered in blood. He collapsed helplessly at the hotel entrance and lit a cigarette. Then he raised a knife to his own throat, but in the end, he couldn't bring himself to do it. A satisfied smile spread across my face as I walked away coolly, passing the approaching police cars and ambulances. On the way back, I quickly deleted the burner account and remotely destroyed the virus on Chun-Li's phone, leaving no trace behind. As soon as I got home, I saw Guining sitting on the sofa with a worried look on her face. A sense of relief washed over me. The sadder and more pained she was, the happier I became. Looking at it this way, I guess I'm a bit of psycho. Seeing me return, she started to get up to give me a hug, but I flatly refused. My excuse was that I was sweaty and my clothes were dirty. Now, the mere sight of Guining made my stomach churn, and I almost threw up. I felt an extreme repulsion, both physically and psychologically. But I still had to keep up appearances. "What's wrong, baby? Why the long face?" I can't get in touch with Sisterly. She's not replying to my messages, and her phone won't connect. Of course, she can't reply to you. She's probably on her way to meet the King of Hell by now. Sisterly said she was meeting you today. Do you know where she went afterward? I immediately started playing dumb. She said she had to go back to the company to handle something. I'm not too clear on the specifics. Why don't you ask her colleagues? I don't know her colleagues either. I'll try calling again. Maybe she's busy and hasn't had a chance to look at her phone. I quickly comforted her. What could possibly happen? Don't worry. I felt that Guining wasn't worried about whether something had happened to Chun-Li at all. She was worried that there would be no one to cover for her. That would greatly increase the risk of her affair being discovered. Being the warm-hearted person I am, I naturally had to help. By the way, babe, I have a business trip this Saturday. I'll be gone for a week. Take good care of yourself at home. Really? Chun-Li jumped up, the excitement in her eyes hard to conceal. Just as I expected. But only for a moment, then she put on that pitiful look again. You're leaving again? But I'll miss you, a performance worthy of an Oscar. The world owes her a little golden statue. A week will fly by. I'll buy you that bag you love when I get back. I knew you were the best. Love you, baby. With that, she gave me a kiss. I hurried to the bathroom to wash my face, afraid of being tainted. That evening, Guining hugged me again, seeking intimacy. We haven't done that in so long, Guining said shyly. How could I possibly let her have her way at this point? Want me to be the cuckold and raise little Huang Mao's child? Not a chance. So I randomly made up an excuse. I have to get up early tomorrow. Next time. All right then. Guining looked disappointed. Watching the sleeping Guining, I turned over and sat up. It was time for the next step of the plan. I pulled Guining's parents and some relatives and friends into a group chat. Sorry to bother you all so late. It's like this. I plan to propose to Guining this Saturday and would like to invite you all to witness it. It also happens to be my birthday that day, so I'd like to treat everyone to a meal to celebrate. You're too romantic, little Sue. My old man was never like this back in the day. Guining's mother was the first to reply. I knew I wasn't wrong about you from the start, young man. I'm relieved to have Ning Ning with you, Guining's father added. Uncle and Auntie, you two must come. We can shoot a vlog to document it. I emphasized again. Don't worry, her dad and I will definitely be there. Ning Ning is the apple of our eye. You're a lucky kid. But speaking of which, why aren't your parents in the group? I spouted nonsense. My parents went on a trip. They can't make it back this weekend. Oh, is that so? What a pity. I didn't want my parents to worry, so naturally, I couldn't tell them. Besides, the scene would definitely be intense. My parents are old. They couldn't handle it. Can you give us a little spoiler? What have you prepared? Guining's cousin asked. Oh, nothing much. Just a bag and a diamond ring worth tens of thousands, plus some flowers and a cake. By the way, please be sure to keep this a secret. I want to give Guining an unforgettable surprise. I'm so jealous of little Ning. Did she save the galaxy in her past life? When will I ever meet a man like Brother Sue? A handsome man and a beautiful woman. A match made in heaven. Everyone started chatting excitedly. The happy and joyful atmosphere nearly overflowed from the screen. The next morning, I saw their latest chat history. Guining, he's on a business trip again this weekend. Little Huang Mao. Then let's continue our deep exchange. Be a good girl, wash up, and wait for me. Guining, at a hotel. Little Huang Mao, your place. Just thinking about it is exciting. Guining, you're so naughty. Enjoy your last moments of happiness. By the weekend, you'll be famous. Saturday, the moment my front foot left the residential complex, little Huang Mao's back foot appeared on my home security camera. Truly not wasting a single moment. It made it seem as if I were the third party, and they were the real couple. Soon, I arrived at the meeting point. At the same time, I logged into Guining's Douyin account and started the first live stream of my life. That cheating pair was probably already at the climax of their activities. So Guining definitely wouldn't have time to check her phone. Who is the streamer? I thought the streamer was a beauty. Yeah. How did the streamer turn into a big dude? Could it be that the streamer was a man all along? The audience nowadays is really interesting. I should start an account and stream in the future. In less than 10 minutes, the number of viewers in the live stream room reached 30,000. That's about enough people. I began my performance. Hello, everyone. Just to clarify, the owner of this account is indeed a woman, and I am her boyfriend. I'm going to propose to her today, so I wanted her fans to witness it as well. The live stream chat instantly exploded. For real? Congratulations to the streamer. This is great content. I'm here for it. This has to be scripted, right? They must be desperate for views. I didn't pay much attention to the bullet comments. Instead, I started the preparations along with the viewers in the live stream. This is so romantic. I'm about to cry. Guining's high school classmate kept exclaiming. Am I the one setting off the party popper later? Yes. Let's all go over the plan one more time to make sure everything is perfect, I said, putting on a serious face. In a bit, you'll be responsible for distracting Ning Ning. You'll be in charge of filming, and then I'll get down on one knee. After we finished planning, Guining's parents pulled me aside and said gently, Our Ning Ning has been spoiled since she was a child. If she wrongs you in the future, Don't hold it against her. Come find us, and we'll set things right for you. As they spoke, they even started to tear up. I handed them a tissue and said, Uncle, Auntie, please don't worry. As long as I'm around, no one will be able to bully Ning Ning. Good, good. Seeing that everything was more or less ready, I said to the group, Is everyone ready? Ready, they all shouted in unison, their voices booming as if we were heading into battle. When do we leave? Guaning's university roommate asked. Everyone turned to look at me in unison. I looked down at the time. Making a quick calculation, I figured that damn couple probably wouldn't be finished with their battle by the time we arrived. It was time. Let's go now. I waved my hand. Move out. At my command, the group began to move in an orderly fashion. Their eyes were determined, their roles clearly defined. Even ancient warfare couldn't have been more organized than this. You scoundrel, your grandpa is here. Before long, the large group arrived at the apartment complex. Inside the elevator, everyone was unusually excited. The number of viewers in the live stream had also reached 50,000. As soon as we got out of the elevator, everyone instinctively tiptoed and held their breath. The atmosphere was like a balloon being inflated, everyone waiting for it to pop. I took out my key, slowly inserted it into the lock, gave it a gentle twist, and opened the door without a sound. According to the plan, her university roommate went in first. I followed closely behind. We crept quietly to the bedroom door. Then I threw the door open. Ning Ning's surprise. The words died in her throat. Her mouth was open wide enough to fit an apple. Pretending not to understand, I also entered the bedroom. Baby, will you marry? I too began my Oscar-worthy performance, my eyes widening in a look of stunned shock. But my hand was steady, holding the phone firmly aimed at the adulterous pair. Their expressions of shame, shock, and helplessness, along with their naked bodies, were on full display for the live stream audience. The number of viewers in the live stream shot up to over 100,000. The bullet comments flew across the screen. Holy SHD, is this for real? A massive scene of catching a cheater. People these days are wild. I've had my fill of this drama. I told you it was scripted, and you didn't believe me. But the scale of this script is insane, right? Is this account going to get banned? During this, some high roller even sent several DY one-foot gifs. But unfortunately, the live stream was quickly banned for suspected vulgar and pornographic content. I had no choice but to end the broadcast. At the same time, the rest of the group began to arrive. The third person, the fourth. Everyone who entered the bedroom froze, as if they had been turned to stone, as if a Medusa were lying on the bed. The bedroom was exceptionally quiet, as if time itself had stopped. The blonde guy's first instinct was to run, but the bedside was crowded with people, leaving no escape route. His clothes and pillows were on the floor, with nothing to cover himself. He could only stand there naked and accept everyone's judgment. It took Guaning a moment to react, finally remembering to cover her face with the blanket. But it was useless. She was probably the top trending topic on DY by now. Her whole body was trembling uncontrollably. She had probably pissed herself in fear. The drama reached its climax at this very moment, and it was time for my performance to end. Yeah, I roared at the ceiling, being the first to break the silence. My face turned beet red, tears of indignation streamed down, and I even began to beat my own chest. To everyone else, it looked like I had gone mad, unable to accept the devastating blow. Guaning's parents hurriedly grabbed my hand and said, Xiao Su, don't be like this. There must be some misunderstanding. Misunderstanding, my ass. I directly threw their hand away and ran out of the house screaming, Impossible. Not long after I ran out, my good brother Ajwa called me. That was awesome, Brother Su. With your acting skills, you should consider a career in entertainment. It was nothing, just a basic operation. How'd it go? Did you screen record everything? Don't worry, I didn't miss a second of the climax. Perfect. I knew I could count on you. Then let's stick to the plan. You find some online trolls and video editors to spread the screen recording. I'll send you Guaning's chat history of her cheating and the video of her affair to spread along with it. Money is not an issue. Let them experience what it feels like to be a star. Don't talk about money between us. Leave it to me. I guarantee their faces will be all over the international web too. Just as we planned, in just one day, Guaning became a viral sensation. The video of her and the yellow-haired guy was spreading like wildfire all over the internet. Her Douyin account was also permanently banned. Even worse, all of her family's personal information was leaked online. People were throwing rotten eggs at their door every day. This led to their family not daring to leave the house, fearing for their lives. What's funnier is that when they ordered takeout, either no one would take the order or the food would be tainted with excrement. The whole family was on the verge of a breakdown from the torment. When I saw these reports, I couldn't stop laughing. I suddenly remembered that I seemed to have missed someone. I almost forgot about Guanning's wonderful husband. With my and Ajua's financial power, we quickly found where the yellow-haired guy worked. Coincidentally, I knew his boss. He was a former client of mine. His boss was very sympathetic to my situation and decided to help us take down the yellow-haired guy. So, with our combined efforts, the yellow-haired guy was successfully sent to prison. The charges were leaking company secrets and engaging in illegal transactions. After all this was done, I heaved a long sigh of relief. The weight in my heart was finally lifted. I took annual leave from my company and found an esports hotel to play games with Ajua every day. We ordered takeout when we were hungry and slept when we were tired. In a daze, I felt like I was back in college. There was not so much pressure, just ease and freedom. Indeed, people only know how to cherish something after they have lost it. In these few days, I spent thousands on in-game purchases alone. It had been a long time since I had been this happy. Besides that, I also had an unexpected gain. My Douyin followers had quietly surpassed 1 million, even though I hadn't posted a single thing. And I keenly smelled a business opportunity. After doing some simple research, I tried live streaming. Unexpectedly, less than 10 minutes after I started, the number of viewers in my stream exceeded 100,000, and I became the top streamer. So I became a part-time relationship blogger, connecting with fans every day to answer their relationship questions. The fans were hilarious, making my stomach hurt from laughing. Many memorable moments were born from this. In just 1 week, I earned 2 months of my usual salary. I guess it was a blessing in disguise. After having my fun, it was time to go home and check things out. After all, the storm had mostly passed. But I never expected to see Guanning as soon as I stepped out of the elevator. She was disheveled, her face was pale, and she had lost a lot of weight. It had only been a little over a week, but she looked like she had aged more than 10 years. Seeing me come home, she jumped up excitedly, grabbed my hand, and burst into tears. "Baby, you're finally back. I missed you so much. You blocked all of our family on WeChat. I had no choice but to wait for you here. Baby, I know I was wrong. I'll never do it again. I was just playing around with that you. You are my true love." I couldn't hold it back anymore and threw up directly on her. I had just been drinking with Ajua, and I was already feeling unwell. Her outrageous words just now were the last straw. But Guanning didn't seem to mind and continued to pester me. "Are you feeling better? If not, you can keep throwing up on me. My parents have disowned me, and you is in prison. I can only rely on you now." To get rid of this trouble as quickly as possible, I came up with a plan. I took out my phone, skillfully opened my live stream, and pointed the camera at Guanning. "Family, my ex-girlfriend cheated on me and is now begging me to get back together. Should I forgive her?" Perhaps remembering the pain of being cyberbullied before the fans could even give their opinions, Guanning turned tail and ran. Nice try, messing with me. In the end, I decided to sell the house and apply for a transfer to the capital, leaving this place of sorrow. There, I met a girl who truly loved me. We married quickly, and she gave birth to a son and a daughter for me. With the income from live streaming and my savings from over the years, we were able to buy a house in the capital outright. I also brought my parents over, and our family lived together in harmony and contentment. I think to myself, this is what life is all about.